how different the skill gap would pretty much define how long a game will be. And really skilled players could usually end the match in 5 minutes, and that kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth if you
Yeah.
every time you play the game it only lasts 5 minutes. It's like having it's like the funny the funny analogy is like it's like having sex but you can't come every time you fucking love.
Oh my god, that sounds horrible. Yes.
It's exciting to get into it, but you just don't come.
Yeah. You
Yeah, that's
definitely-
the analogy that they had
that'll do
on.
it. That'll keep the
Yeah.
characters away.
So if it kept happening, Bloodline Champion, which was the first game that they developed, did that multiple times, and then Battle Right was basically just the successor of that, or polished, but still the same issue. And then kept repeating until they finally nailed the formula with V Rising. Because V Rising just came out literally different, and I think they've learned a lot of their lessons from developing the first two games. And I'm happy for them that they did not just
It's a very
snap off.
good core gameplay
Yeah,
set
it's,
already. But I think the main problem with V Rising will be lack of content. If that ever happens, I don't know.
I think it's happening already.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
is already happening.
I mean, the reason why it's happening already is because they said it's not the final game. So they're gonna release everything eventually. But if they can't keep up the pace after the final release, that's what's.
I think they
That's
don't
what's
even
going
want. They don't even was imagining that it is going to be that success. They just
Yeah.
wanted it to be a little success, and so they can raise funds for next game or something.
No, I don't believe that they're thinking of immediately the next game. It's already changed their mind.
I think
The
initially they
only
might- yeah.
initially that might have been the plan because knowing Stunlock Studio, either they
Yeah,
would have
exactly.
already thrown the towel or
Yeah.
literally basically that. The issue now, I believe, is that the fundamental problem is that they tried making a game that wasn't really in the scope of what they already know. I mean, the first two games was a PvP focused game, and now one of the most complained thing in the game is that PvP kind of sucks ass.
Oh.
Doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel bad. It's just that it's unfair to a certain degree, and that's usually the complaint for most people playing VR.
And I think like PVE
Design
also is like limiting, very limiting. You cannot play it for like in Albion. You can infinitely grind it, but in V-Rising it's limited. Like you kill the final boss, it's over for you as a PvP player. PvE
it's
player.
designed like no thing. It's designed that way. Every survival game is designed that way, and
Yeah.
that's something that I generally accept. Like if you ever played the forest, after you've done the final mission in the forest, it's pretty much done. But that's the thing about survival game. The thing that extends them is the PvP aspect of the game. Sadly, that's the thing that's kind of lackluster because even Big Lips McGee did a piece of like a review towards what the problem is, and it's generally have to do with the when you kill a certain boss in V Rising, you gain a certain advantage over everybody else, and when you are the first person in that server that gets that advantage, you just stomp everybody else,
Yeah.
and it's hard to flourish anymore after that, and that's the general issue that they are experiencing. I don't know how they'll balance that out, but they have to, because if not, the game will keep on only surviving on content that they're able to provide the game when they actually do release a certain content. Other than that, it's just gonna keep on flopping. That's the challenge. Sa Rust, I mean, I think one of the better examples that I could give is Rust. Rust has a very limited gameplay in terms of PvE, but the reason why most people, even like HoloLive, is playing it is because of PvP. The PvP of Rust is kind of solid if you really like survival games.
Ooh. Just give us PvE and Albion.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
What? Give you what? PVE?
Give us more PvE options in Albion.
In
because
Albion.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's a lot of PvP.
I agree.
Like they could make those daily missions type thing. Like you're gonna just like, oh no, that would actually be, I don't know.
No, no,